A warning tonight from the man in charge of fire prevention in Tennessee.
Yeah, his advice: stay away from those popular runs with colored powder. This comes on the heels of a News Channel 5 investigation that first exposed the potential dangers. Our consumer investigator Jennifer Krause is here with more. And Jennifer, your investigation showed us how these powders can actually catch fire. Is there concern that this actually could happen?
Yes, Rory, and there have not been any reports of powder fires at any races, but when the same sort of powder was used at a concert this summer in Taiwan, the results were disastrous. And Gary West wants to make sure the same thing never happens here. Well, many people might look at this and see fun.
That, to me, is a potential for disaster.
Gary West sees trouble.
All it takes is the right mixture.
West, a firefighter by training, runs the state fire marshal's office. And he tells News Channel 5 Investigates he's very concerned about what's happening at these color powder runs. Would you call them safe?
I wouldn't call it safe. I think there's a potential for a fire in this situation.
Especially, he says, with these giant clouds of powder that you find at these races.
All it takes is a spark, the right situation with a spark. If it does flame up, then everyone in that cloud is going to be engulfed in that flame.
Remember what our testing of these powders revealed? Race promoters claim this is simply dyed cornstarch. We found when you shoot it or even just toss it into the air like they do at the runs, it burns very easily. In fact, when similar powder was thrown over the crowd at a concert in Taiwan this past summer, a spark of some sort caused it to explode into a large fireball that burned nearly 500 people and killed a dozen others.
Well, it's no surprise to me that a little bit of dust in the air can cause a huge fireball.
This same sort of thing happened at the Haganese plant in Gallatin 4 years ago. Iron dust ignited and exploded in 3 separate fires, killing 5 workers. West says under the right conditions, even something like the gas-powered leaf blowers we saw at some of the races,
it's very concerning. That's an engine.
Could cause a spark and turn a fun run into something much more serious. And that's why he now suggests avoiding these sorts of runs.
People should use common sense and not put themselves in that situation.
You're that concerned?
Yes.
Now, dust is highly regulated in indoor industrial settings, but in outdoor settings like these runs, it's not, at least not yet. The State Fire Marshal's office has no authority to stop these runs, but Gary West suggests that perhaps this is something state lawmakers need to take a look at. In the meantime, he says his office will encourage race promoters to take precautions and even consider not doing them or using something other than this powder, Rory.
Wow, it's just really eye-opening. These runs aren't just happening here in Tennessee, though, right?
You're right. And because of this testing that we've had done, fire marshals in several other states are also now taking a hard look at these powders and runs. Some have issued warnings. Some have rolled out new restrictions for these races. All seem to agree, though, that this is something that needs further study, perhaps even on a national level.
Jennifer, thanks. If you'd like to see the earlier reports from Jennifer, you will find them posted on our website.